She has brought millions. I wouldn't be surprised if it's billions of eyes onto the W and onto women's sports. She is a Kobe Bryant, and that's how Diana was. That's how Sue was. Like, we've had these types of people, but this is just bigger because the media platform is bigger than it ever has been. I don't have an ego, so I'm able to just tell the truth. Like, if it was someone else, I'd be like, yeah, like Angel Reese, she's also brought millions of fans. You know what I mean? I think Caitlin has brought way more, but I also think she has too. Like, I'm just not naive, and I might be blonde, but I'm not fucking dumb. People who say I'm clout chaser, no, I'm just being honest about why the league is where it is at. Give the girls the flowers, like, give it to them. They deserve it.
The truth is finally being laid bare, and it's coming from someone who has never been afraid to say things as they are. Sophie Cunningham has had enough of watching the WNBA continually slight the very player who dragged the league out of obscurity, and now she's speaking out. What makes her defense of Caitlin Clark hit harder isn't just the message, it's that Sophie is the one delivering it. And she was saying it long before it became the trendy thing to do.
Cunningham, if it wasn't for Sophie Cunningham's podcast, I never would have had this eureka moment. Sophie Cunningham came to the Indiana Fever in the offseason. She's been taking full advantage of every opportunity she's got. An opportunity on the court, ballin'. An opportunity to protect Caitlin Clark, did that. Off the court, endorsement deals. Off the court, advertisers are falling in love with her. We got Colin Cowherd saying, hey, Sophie, you want your own podcast? Sophie Cunningham says, sure, I'll take my own podcast. And what has Sophie Cunningham been doing on this podcast? Letting us in on some secrets? Yeah, love that. Pulling back the curtain on some time? Yeah, love that too.
This isn't some newcomer chasing clout or hopping on the Caitlin Clark hype train after the fact. This is Sophie Cunningham, the same player who defended Clark when her own Phoenix Mercury teammates were whispering against her in the locker room. She was the one who noticed the Clark effect before anyone else in the WNBA had the guts or awareness to admit what was unfolding right in front of them.
Why does everybody hate Caitlin Clark? And do you hate Caitlin Clark? Come on, talk
dude.
to me.
Absolutely not. I think that she's a gem. I didn't know her, but All-Star Weekend, we kind of bantered back and forth a little bit. And she's lovely. She has a lot of pressure on her shoulders. And I think a lot of people always have a lot to say with people they don't even know or shoes they've never been in. And for me, I think she's handling the pressure very well. She's doing a lot of great things for women's basketball. And I'm a fan.
If you're enjoying this, make sure to subscribe. While many WNBA players voted Caitlin Clark only the 9th best point guard in the league, Sophie Cunningham was already praising her as a gem and openly saying she wanted to play alongside her. And this wasn't after Clark silenced her doubters. It wasn't after the TV numbers exploded or ticket sales soared. It was when Clark was still being singled out by veterans who couldn't handle the spotlight she was putting on their fading league in just her second year.
Sophomore year.
Ultimately, when you see all this vitriol of people who cannot stand her, it's like, okay, well, what has she done wrong?
Yeah.
She's a great basketball player, so you might not think it's fair that she's the face of the league, and that's understandable because there have been fantastic players in the WNBA for a long time. But Caitlin didn't disparage them. She just came in and kind of changed the game with her style. So I think it's one of those things where you have to say, okay, maybe I don't think it's fair based on the previous women who have been in this league, but it's not Caitlin's fault. All she's done is elevate the game for all of us. And I think instead of being pissed off about that, you should be appreciative of that and say, maybe it's not fair, but it's not your fault.
And I get other players, like they've worked hard and they've worked to build this league up over their time, and all of a sudden this young player comes in and now all the attention is on her. And
the stats back up what Sophie saw long before the rest of the league caught on. When players filled out their all-star ballots and pushed Clark down to 9th among guards, even though she led everyone with more than 1.2 million fan votes, it revealed exactly what was wrong with the league's mindset. Dick Vitale called it pure jealousy, and he was right. But Sophie Cunningham had been calling out that jealousy long before it became obvious to the wider public.
But time and time again, Sophie Cunningham has repeatedly been calling out the officiating. And what's one thing the WNBA holds over these players' heads? Ooh, I'm gonna fine you. Ooh, if you call out the officiating, I'm gonna fine you. The players say, no, I can't afford that. So they they keep it all hush-hush. But Sophie Cunningham, she's sitting on a pile of money. So when Kathy Engelbert hears her say something about the referees, Kathy says, here's a fine. And Sophie says, okay, here's payment.
What sets Sophie apart from the rest of the league is her understanding of the bigger picture. She gets the business side. She knows that when Caitlin Clark's games draw 2.7 million viewers, making it the most watched WNBA contest in a quarter of a century, you don't try to tear that down. You protect it. You build around it. You recognize that this isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about the survival and growth of women's professional sports.
So the Fever saw it coming. They went and got Sophie Cunningham, 6-year-old black belt. This is what the Bulls did with Charles Oakley to protect Michael Jordan. And I said this last year several times. The WNBA is not a vertical league. Their players can't jump over each other to score like the NBA. It's a horizontal chippy league. And you didn't watch the NBA for the last 10 to 12 years. It has always been physical and always been chippy. You get into a lot of collisions because there's no Ja Morant here. There's no Ant Edwards. They don't jump over. It's a horizontal physical league. And in Caitlin Clark now is like kerosene to the physicality flame. So you have physicality in this league, and now you get this flashy player, and they don't know how to officiate her, they don't know how to defend her.
When Sophie joined the Indiana Fever in 2025, she wasted no time, making her feelings clear. She has changed our game in the best possible way, and in every way. Cunningham told reporters, "I want her to go do her thing, and whatever she needs from me, I'm going to be here." That wasn't PR spin or a media-crafted line. It was genuine respect from someone who had seen what happens when a league is blessed with a once-in-a-generation talent. The most damning detail came when Sophie opened up about what was happening behind closed doors during Clark's rookie season. Even when I wasn't on her team, I knew the talks Phoenix had in their locker room, like, we're going to show her what the W really is. Cunningham revealed on her podcast, this wasn't just competitive fire. This was organized targeting of a player whose only so-called crime was being too good too quickly and drawing more attention than the league was ready to handle.
I mean, she has changed our game in the best possible way in every way. And so just to be alongside of her and maybe relieve the pressure, being able to shoot and spread the court for her to go do her thing. She's still young, and I think that I've been taken under, Diana took me under her wing, and I've learned a lot from her, and now I hope to kind of do the same for Caitlin if she wants it. I just think the relationship piece is huge, and when you're trying to do something great, it takes everybody. And so I want her to go do her thing, and anything she needs from me, I'm going to be here. But again, I think that just the competitor that I am, I'm fierce, I'm sassy, I stick up for my teammates, I stick up for myself.